Yes, sir. Listen, we are live. What up with a guy? It's your boy T Dub, Mr. What's Blazing the Sports, Mr. I am back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers this work. Guys, what up with it, man? We one day closer to the weekend, and we are that far away from CONOR BENN fighting Chris Eubank Jr. Man, guys, listen, man, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're going to cook in this Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. I'm loving what I'm hearing. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Twitter. They took the Twitter and told us, thank you, Errol Spence. Thank you, Terence Crawford, for responding with that Shannon Sharp. Man, listen, we're live, guys. So I'm going to start out this video. We're going to talk about CONOR BENN, Chris Eubank Jr., and I want to get you guys' thoughts on that, and then I'm going to jump right into Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Listen, I hear the drums, man. I hear you guys beating the drums. I hear people are immediately talking about Errol Spence going to pretty much put Terence Crawford D in the dirt. And listen, Errol Spence Jr. has the skills, man. He has the skills. He has the boxing ability. He has the power. And if Errol Spence Jr. catch anybody, especially with that pressure, Errol Spence Jr. has really good pressure, and it's not reckless. Smart pressure, invest into the body, landing up shots up top, aiming into southpaw, and that left hand does a lot of damage. And he has a way, just a knack to get to people's eyes. But before we get there, guys, I want to talk about CONOR BENN. I want to talk about Chris Eubank Jr. And I want to talk about Eddie Hearn. Let it burn. Man, when you talk about double standards, you talk about Eddie Hearn, in my opinion. So the news broke that CONOR BENN tested positive for something that females take, I guess, to boost their testosterone. Now, when I see Eddie Hearn, it's like he's scrambling to save this fight. He's saying, listen, we got to get new commissioners and we got to move it. He's trying to do anything possible to save this fight with CONOR BENN and Chris Eubank Jr. But guys, where was that energy when it came to Big Baby Miller? You guys remember Big Baby Miller? Listen, even T-Dub, right? When I found out Big Baby Miller had tested positive allegedly for all kinds of HGH, CGB, TBE, ABC, LONOP. Listen, when I found out that Big Baby Miller tested positive for so many things, hell, I was going at Big Baby Miller, right? And what did Eddie Hearn say? You know, people that test positive, he said he would never work with, I guess, Miller again, sign him, because he was signed with Matchroom. He basically, was done with Miller. He was done, right? Wash hands. You got to set an example for these cheats, right? You got to set an example. 6 months ain't nothing. And the same thing with Canelo Alvarez. When Canelo Alvarez was with Golden Boy, and Canelo Alvarez tested positive, I believe, for the first fight with Triple G for clenbuterol, I believe, Eddie Hearn didn't have no love. Eddie Hearn didn't have no love for Canelo. But what happened when Dylan White tested positive for D-ball? Now it's all about where's that B sample, right? Where's that B sample? In some kind of crazy way, Dylan White never got suspended. They never suspended him. He spent some time out the ring, and right before he did a comeback fight after that, because I think he fought Oscar Rivas, and the day of he fought Oscar Rivas, they had like a meeting with Dylan White and everybody else. Now, from what I heard, Oscar Rivas didn't know about this meeting. He didn't even know that Dylan White tested positive for D-ball, right? And he let Dylan White fight. And guys, you know what's crazy? Is that Eddie Hearn, when they couldn't find out that Chris Eubank Jr., not Eubank, I'm apologizing, but when CONOR BENN tested positive, he was talking like, Vada caught him, but he didn't get caught by his anti-doping. That anti-doping, they didn't find nothing. It was Vada, right? The same company that he was holding up to the gold standard of catching people in the act was the same company now that he's dismissing like These other people didn't find it. To me, what you're saying is that Ivana is finding it, and these other people is not finding it. Either they don't know how to look for these banned substances, or they're not testing for them. Period. But what it looks like to me, in some shape, form, or fashion, CONOR BENN got something illegal in the system. And from what everything I've been hearing, what he was tested for is actually used as like kind of like a recovery type of thing. After you put your body through these different type of steroids, now you got to do something to get your testosterone back up to producing itself normally. That way you can still reap the benefits of all the steroids and stuff you did. And even if it's just something that boosts your testosterone, guys, that's the difference between a young man being able to hop out of the bed with energy and go, and an old man. God, listen, some of you out there gonna listen to this video. Imagine when you wake up in the morning. You wake up after sleeping and you're still tired, right? Get up, you gotta sit over the bed, rub your hands on your thighs, and you know you're old because before you stand up, you said, "Oh man." And you stand up, still ain't woke up, still ain't got no energy. Nowadays, when you old, you gotta drink coffee. For those that drink coffee, you gotta drink coffee just to feel like you got half energy. We don't even know what it's like to be full energy no more. I look at my 9-year-old, feel like he's like Tigger, and I look at my 1.5-year-old like he's Tigger. But guys, if somebody has boosted testosterone, that can give you more energy, more strength, being able to recover, more mental confidence, because you took something to give you an advance. Now, this fight has been officially canceled. It is canceled. Part of me is sad. Part of me is like, that's what needed to happen. Sad part is because I wanted to see the fight. Listen, I was like, okay, I'm going to work all the way up until I'm going to get off. I'm going to go home and I'm going to go live like T-Dub does. I go live like Channel 5. I like the fire and the blaze go on. I call the fight with the best of them. But CONOR BENN either willingly, knowingly, or unknowingly got this stuff in the system. Now, the reason I say he could know and not know is because either one, he knew what the hell he was doing. It was a plan from somebody in this group who has been watching him, monitoring him, to make sure that he's taking the right stuff, getting the right performance, and peaking at the right time off of the banned substance before having to wing himself off of it and allow his body to come back to normal so he can still be normal and reap the benefits. Either it was knowingly done like that, or somebody in this camp, probably a nutritionist trainer or something like that, could have gave him, hey man, here, drink this, man, just some extra juice. And I hate to even say that because I really doubt anybody in your camp will give you something that you don't know about unless that person don't like you. I'll say this, if you're a professional or anything, and you got somebody in your camp that don't like you, hell, you might not want to take nothing from the guys. You might not want to take water. You might not take, like if they come in and offer you some chips, you don't want to take nothing. But CONOR BENN messed up, man. And he messed us all up, messed the fighting world up. CONOR BENN has tainted his name for years to come. For years. Because even if that fight would have happened, Chris EUBANK Jr. was probably in the best place. If he would have won, he beat the cheat. If he would have lost, he lost to a cheat, and that was the reason he lost. He was in a basically of a win-win situation in a bad fight. Because the moment that you start talking about steroids, the fight is already tainted. It's tainted. And the fact is now they're just talking about they're going to push it off and still have the fight. But I'm telling you, that still is going to haunt CONOR BENN. You notice Eddie Hearn didn't take no questions. Like, I don't get the double standards. You on top of Canelo neck when he wasn't under you. You pretty much wash your hands with Big Baby Miller with Dawn soap to make sure if it's any grease on there is off. But when it comes to your people, the England people, different story. But all right, guys, let's get to it. Let's talk about it. Errol Spence Jr. responding to a young fighter who's 6-0. He tells this young fighter and everybody that don't worry, the fight is next. Man, I'm talking about, when you talking about, I feel like Christmas time, it is the most wonderful time of the year. My boy Judah Ben Israel, what's up, champ? What's going on with you, man? Hey, you know, I had to take a second to go live, bro. I'm at work, walking this parking lot. You know, this this waistline looking like a spare tire. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it down. You know, like on the Schwarzenegger, to the chopper, get down. But listen, man, I love that. Errol Spence Jr., he pretty much let the cat out the bag. Now, I know they're going to have somebody else officially announce it. They're going to come out with the date. They're going to come out with the venue. You know, they're going to come out with all the posters and the PBC and the Showtime and all that stuff going to be put out there in front of the street. But the simple fact that Errol Spence Jr. took to his verified, he said, I'm just getting off. He said, yo, you with Fuji? Try, man. Hey, who you got, though, man? Who you got between Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford? Errol said on Twitter, to where anybody can read, that he's going to take Terence Crawford and put his D in the dirt. Listen, man, that's a Texas talk right there, bro. When it's I'm gonna put your D in the dirt, hey, that's how I'm planning you. I'm about to, you know, and Terence Crawford responded with the Shannon Sharp, you know, that kind of like the emoji where it moved for like 2 or 3 seconds, shaking his head. Nope. Man, guys, you know what's so exciting about this fight is that you got two lions. Two guys that don't have a fear of losing. There's been people that fought Errol Spence Jr. and they knew that, damn, I could probably lose this fight. There's been people that fought Terence Crawford and thought, damn, I think I could lose this fight. I don't think Terence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. have that feeling. They don't have that feeling. They're numb. This is truly like two male lions who has been dominant their whole career, defending against the pride. They don't know what it's like to lose. They don't know what it's like to fear. And the only thing these two guys want is to conquer the other. That's all they want. Terence Crawford smiles because he feels he is superior to Errol Spence Jr. Errol Spence Jr. smiles because he thinks he's superior to Terence Crawford. In this fight, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I tell you right now, both fighters is going to try to take the confidence. Both fighters is going to try to take the mental edge over the other fighter. He said, EJ all day, they spooked at Errol. He said, but I F with Bud because he's not scared of shh. Man, listen, bro. I'm going to tell you right now, man. I'm going to tell you right now. This might shock you like Blanco on Street Fighter. But I got this being a dog fight. I think I'm going to add 51% for Terence Crawford, man. And that's not knocking it. But when I say 51%, that's really telling you that this is anybody's fight. That's saying, to be honest, if I flip the quarter 10 times or 5 times, I just think that it'll go back and forth and you know, the last one might tip toward, no, let's say this. Flip it 7 times. Let's do an odd number, right? If I flip a quarter 7 times, 3 times might land on Earl. 4 times might land on Terence Crawford. But it just lets you know, even with that last quarter, it's still up in the air, right? You don't know what's going to happen to it land. I think Terence Crawford and Errol Spence, from I was listening to one of my homeboys lives today, or should I say, a YouTube um, a YouTube buddy, and he was talking about Terence Crawford throw wide punches. Guys, I'm going to say this. For me being a boxer, well, I used to box. I used to train fighters. Um, when Terence Crawford throws, if you guys do you not know that he's accurate, right? He's not windmilling punches. He's not just winging punches. No matter if he throws his punches straight or they a little wider, they're accurate. When he caught Sean Porter, when he stood up in that corner and he told his boy, he said, "Hey, they got him winning, they got me down," and he did that whole hold my beer type of moment and went out there and put hands all over Sean Porter. Bro, he's accurate. He never takes his eyes off the prize. So when he's throwing these shots, guys, you gotta understand that they are meant to either get around your guard, because if you throw everything straight and tight, and I'm not knocking straight and tight, because I think Errol Spence Jr. does what he do great, and I love it. Because believe it or not, I was almost like Porky Pig. I was like bleep 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 bleep. What's blazing, folks? Let me see. Say, oh yeah, I got AJ. He got AJ, but stop it. Bud punches are not wow. When Bud throws, when you look at Terence and you look at Spence, they have different styles, and I love it, right? Because when Errol Spence Jr. fought Mikey Garcia, for me, even if Mikey was the same weight class, it was an easy pick for me to pick Earl. Easy pick. Because I think he does what Mikey does, but he does it better. Because to believe it or not, Mikey and Errol Spence Jr. have similar fundamentals. I'm going to say that. They have similar fundamentals. Tight guard, chin down, hands up, being slim, working up the jab. Earl like going to the body more. Mikey like time at the right more. But their fundamentals are very similar. Earl and Terence Crawford, they're different. They're different. When you have a tight guard and you throw tight shots like Earl, they are more beneficial when you're on the inside. And that's why Errol Spence Jr. is so effective on the inside, because he is able to throw those tight, short, compacted punches, and they do a lot of work. I'm an Errol Spence Jr. fan. See, I'm not one of them guys, and I'm not knocking anybody else, because you rob at your boy. Like I'm a Deontay Wilder dude, right? Whoever Deontay Wilder face, I'm clearly leaning towards Deontay Wilder. Clear, Visine, Windex, air, oxygen. I'm clearly going towards Wilder. I don't care. Wilder versus Joshua. I got Wilder. I don't care what's happening. I'm saying Wilder by KO. Wilder versus Helenius. Wilder by KO. Doesn't matter who it is. I'm a Wilder dude. But when it comes to Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford, I like both of them. Like, both of those guys are two of my top fighters. And because they fighting each other, I'm not going to say F the other one. I'm not knocking up, you do whatever you do. But and for me, if I had an idea of this fight, I would hope it be an epic fight. Nobody clearly dominates, but we get a clear winner. Because I don't want to see anybody's career take a hit. Because if Errol Spence go out there and he clearly just dominates Terence Crawford, I'm talking about straight dog walking, just straight molly whopping, cleaning every spot of the mat with Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford's career going to take a hit. Earl's going to be skyrocketed. Terence Crawford going to take a hit. The same way with Terence Crawford, if he come out there and he's schooling and just outskilling Errol Spence Jr., he going to take a hit. But if both of these guys have an epic fight, both of these guys winning good rounds, and Errol Spence Jr. get a 12-round knockout or knockdown, or Terence Crawford catch him with a 12-round knockdown or knockout, man, that's epic, man. That is epic. That is when we win. He said Bud punches. Okay, y'all read it. Man, I want it, and this one right here, I see it being a dogfight. The first 3 rounds, actually, it's tough. I think it's tough. I thought Uga started out pretty good against Errol Spence Jr. And then Errol Spence Jr. had a stronger second half for sure. I thought Kell Brook had a pretty good first round against Errol Spence. Not first, no, first half. I thought Kell Brook was doing good in the first 6 rounds, and then after that, Errol Spence Jr. had a strong second half. I think with Terence Crawford, sometimes he can start off a little slow, but he definitely finishes very strong, right? He definitely figures it out. Think about it, like no matter who he fought, because he beat everybody, no matter who he fought, he figured it out. They had him down on scorecards against Sean Porter. He figured it out. I don't know how they had it against Mean Machine. Might have had it close. Figured it out. Kell Brook came out boxing okay. Figured him out. Amir Khan, well, you know Amir Khan. Yeah, Amir Khan had his mind made up. First time Terence Crawford touched him a little bit. Amir Khan knew what he was going to do. He said, I can't effing wait. Man, bro. Oh, my God, bro, I'm going live, man. I'm going live. And you know what? And I believe, I can't confirm, but I believe both of these guys are clean athletes. Because VADA gonna be in place. See, Conor BENN, in my opinion, I think Conor BENN been doing this shit all the time. This isn't the first time Conor BENN been doing what Conor BENN been doing. Conor BENN been doing this shit, but he's been getting away with it. Because VADA probably wasn't involved. In these other anti-dope agencies, whatever that's involved, either they don't test for it, or they told not to look for it, or they just not up to date. Listen, man. I don't believe most people that get caught that it's their first time. If I go out today, and I pray to God I don't, but if I go out today and I get pulled over for speeding, it won't be my first time speeding. Just me getting caught. That's all it is. Just me. That's all it is. Conor BENN, he rolled the dice, and if the testing was maybe a day or two past what they actually tested from, he probably would have got away with it. But listen, man, let me go and get into this. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. This is two male lions with the main as sticky you can get on a lion. Have you guys seen that old commercial? It might have been on Animal Planet, but it's this lion, right? It's this pack of lions. They buy these crocodiles, and this male lion walks up to the crocodile, and he roars at the crocodile. The crocodile starts backing up, and the male lion picks his paw and slaps on top of the nose, and he just roar, right? You see nothing but like king in that lion. That's all you see is king. Like, wow. That's what I see when I see Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. Errol ain't scared of no Terence Crawford. Errol Spence believe he can really go out there, put enough pressure on Terence Crawford, break him down like a dime sack, roll him up, and smoke him like a pass homie. Errol believe he can go out there and literally put Terence Crawford D in the dirt. But Terence Crawford feels. Think about this. You know that video out when I think Errol Spence Jr. went until where Terence Crawford was at. They was at a fight, and both of them guys were talking to each other. Terence Crawford, listen, man. Terence Crawford talking to him like, he said, "Why you answer me when I called you?" And Errol said, "I ain't got your number." He said, "You do now." Like, listen, man. Terence Crawford believe that he can beat Errol Spence, and as a fighter, you got to have that mentality. And a lot of times that mentality is stronger with fighters that haven't lost and they've been tested. Terence believe he's been tested. Errol believes he's been tested. See, when I was a fighter, this is not like baseball or nothing. When you go into, and that's how I know I can't be a fighter now, because my mentality is starting to shift. It's probably because I'm getting older. Hey, I'm not. I feel like I used to watch Sanford and Son when I was growing up, and I remember Fred and Grady. Is it Grady? All of them. They had some girls supposed to come over, but Lamont with his hating ass, he got them partying a whole lot sooner before the girls came over, and they partied so soon that by the time the girls got there, they all was asleep. And Lamont walked out saying, "Them gray old dudes, they ain't what they used to be. Nope, not what they used to be. They ain't what they used to be." Listen, man, when I look up in the mirror nowadays, I see more gray. I see when I stand up from sitting down long, I call myself what I'm starting to get. Oh man, if you ever did it, you that's how you know you're getting old. So next time you sitting down and you get up, like, you have to do that little rock. See, listen, I'm already, when I was young, I used to stand up with my arms on nothing. Like when I stand up, I ain't need no hand, no arm rest. I ain't need to put my hand down on no couch. I just stood up. My quads and hamstring was on point. Now I gotta put one hand on the couch, one hand on the armrest, and then just to get that extra energy up, I gotta say, "Oh man, stand up and get to walking with it." But this, guys, it's hard for me to see this fight not being epic. It is so hard. It is so hard because Terence Crawford has a tremendous amount of skill that is more flashier than Errol's. But Errol Spence has that skill that is truly recognized by the blue collar workers. What I mean is, when you see the way how hard Errol works in that ring, it's like, to me, Errol is like a ditch digger who takes his job very fucking serious. When he go into that ring, he trying to get you out of there. He is working. I mean, his whole mind is he's programmed to break you down. Go to your body, open up the head, go pressure, use the jab. Earl is like a machine. See, when I see both of these guys, I can see the style of Terence Crawford. I see the power and the timing of Terence Crawford, and it's very good. It looks very good. And to the untrained eye, you would just look at that and you say, "Oh man, Terence Crawford easy." But I say, "You stupid." Remember, I'm the guy that's picking Terence Crawford to win by a slim margin. By a slim margin. Slim. But when I look at Earl, man, like when he fought Ugas, Errol Spence had to actually go to a second game plan. Errol Spence's first game plan, he was doing okay. But Ugas was having a lot of success. When Errol Spence switched that game plan, when Errol Spence says, "Okay, give me those steel toe boots, give me that hard hat, give me that yellow reflecting vest, it's time for me to go to work." And I'm telling you, when you see men like that, those are some of the hardest working men in the nation. You already know, man. When you see a guy out there, Earl is the guy that even though they saying time to take a break, he said, "No, wait a minute, let me finish this one thing real quick." But man, like I said, Errol Spence Jr. has confirmed that Terence Crawford, Bud Crawford, Oklahoma own Crawford, he said he is next. Man, if that don't give you Goldberg feels, oh my gosh. If that don't put the icing on the cake, if that don't put the lime in the coconut, you ain't a boxing fan. Errol Spence, the man himself, told you the fight is next. And not only is it next, that he's not secretly saying it, he's saying it out loud, that he's going to take Terence Crawford, put his manhood that he called manhood, and put it in the dirt. And then Terence Crawford responds with the Shannon Sharp, "Nope, nope." Yeah, man. Like I said, this is a good one. I'm waiting. Smash that like button, guys. Let's do me a favor, man. You know they hating on your boy, man. You know YouTube, ever since they started hitting my channel with um, YouTube stripes. Even though I beat them, the fact is I'm shadow banned, guys. They don't promote it. They don't put it out there. It can only get to some of my members, so it is extremely hard to grow. So I'm asking you guys, if you catch this video, please make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, not this weekend, but next weekend. If you are a member of the channel and you want an opportunity to get a free shirt from your boy T-Dub, you got to come in. Come into the Deontay Wilder versus Robert Laney show. Let me see it, and all you got to do is say, "Hey, T-Dub, enter me into that join and win that shirt." That's all she wrote. Thank you guys, and I'm out.